And we're live. Sweet. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back to the Beyond the Controller podcast. With me, as always, is Crick the Panther, and filling in as our third is.
Oh, you're not. We're not gonna.
No, we're not. We're not. We're just flying through this.
Fucking go with it.
Yeah.
Give her.
And joining us as our third is our good buddy, Doing Work. Doing Work and say hi.
Hello.
Oh,
because he didn't make a stink about it. First time as host.
He was the first one introduced. You fuck.
Yeah.
Baker couldn't make it today because he got a toothache from getting face fucked by too many homeless men at once. So he's going to be out for a little bit. We wish him all the best, and hopefully he's watching. But if he's not, get some sleep, buddy. So we got a all-right show ahead of us today. We got some pretty big news, controversy, and a lot of money being taken from what I've gathered. I guess we'll kick it off first with Panther. Go ahead and tell us what is going on with PlayStation.
They are the juggernaut, man. 91.6 million units sold worldwide. 91.6.
That's a shit ton.
That is fucking amazing. Man. So PS4 has cumulatively sold more than 91.6 million units globally as of December 31st. Within the above number, PS4 has sold more than 5.6 million units globally during the 2018 holiday season. So almost over 5.5 million consoles just sold it this Christmas. That is nuts. How many years into we in the console cycle now?
When did they come out? Like 2013, 2012?
Something like that? 2013?
I think that's it. But
yeah, that's an article. But I mean, that's unbelievable. After this many years, they're still selling 6 million units in like a holiday season. Like that is fucking amazing.
It's 2013, November 15th, 2013.
Yeah, that was yeah. So
5+ years.
So it's also here. So more than 50 million PS4 games were sold through the globally during the 2018 holiday season, which sums up to 876 million PS4 games cumulatively sold through worldwide.
Jesus.
Sold almost 900 million games. Marvel Spider-Man launched in September, has cumulatively sold more than 9 million copies worldwide as November 25th. So that's not even including any Christmas from then until December 31st is not even including that 9 million copies sold.
Jeez.
And God of War winning Game of the Year is definitely going to help drive sales of that game again, and also some more consoles for people that were, I'm not buying a PS4, and then all of a sudden, God of War is in the news for winning Game of the Year over Red Dead, which was on Xbox and PS4. So, yeah, unbelievable, man. I can't believe the numbers that Sony's putting up still to this day.
I mean, that's unheard of, honestly. I don't think there's been any other console that has sold that well like 5 years into it, right?
No, nothing comes close.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at total numbers. I mean, like the numbers are like they blow any number out of the water by huge margins, but the amount of sales in this time frame after this many years, I don't think anything was selling this much.
So, all right, so the PS3 sold over 83.8 million, and the PS4, according to Google, very quick Wikipedia, the PS4 is at 91.6 million already.
Right. So it sold the PS3, and like I said, even after, I don't know if the PS3 was selling this strongly at we're talking close to the end of its cycle, right?
Yeah.
Like
what was the cycle on the PS3? 9 years?
Yeah.
It was a while.
Something like that, yeah.
So, I mean, to have exceeded that in roughly half the time is goddamn impressive.
Yeah, shit. Where are you at, Xbox?
It's on its way to catch that Wii, man. The Wii's at 101 million.
Yeah. So, the Wii is the best-selling console, apparently, of all time right now. But I don't think its numbers...
Wait, the fucking Wii?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I think
101.
But if you look at the numbers, I bet the Wii went like this, sold, and then it just disappeared.
Yeah, it was very spiky.
So we're talking huge. We're talking continual from PlayStation. I mean, what's the Xbox have right now? You've got the Google up there.
Well, I have to
Probably like nothing.
Not in the top 5.
Not in the top 5. Oh boy! All right, so you guys looking at Google?
No.
Let's take some guesses. What do you think?
I'm guessing it might have 60 million.
I'm gonna say around 70.
Okay. And I'm just glancing at this list, so these numbers may be wrong. Don't hold my feet to the fire, but it says 39.1 million. I don't feel like that's right.
No, that can't be right. That's got to be an old article, dude.
And it says
under 40 million. Jesus.
Yeah, it says Xbox One, but there's a pound sign behind it. So I don't know if that's just the one or if that's the one and the one. Like, is it all the models cumulative? It doesn't really say.
Well, PlayStation 4, this must be all under the one banner. It can't be.
You would think so. I mean,
you wouldn't think that they're going to say, okay, they're going to just differentiate.
Oh no. So research firm IHS Markit estimated 39.1 million units were sold by the end of March 2018.
Wow, that's fucking just unbelievable. They sold less than 40 million consoles in roughly the same time frame that PlayStation has sold 91.6. Holy fuck. That is beyond
the controller.
Man. Yeah, that's right. It's beyond the controller, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, and it came out what did I say? November 22nd, 2013.
Year though, right? So it's got one last year, but it wasn't a full year though.
The original Xbox
One.
Xbox One North America release date November 22, 2013.
Oh, so yeah, it was the same month. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, it was the same month. I guess it was
same month, but it was earlier. Wasn't it? No,
it was after PlayStation launched.
So it was 2012. First. Yeah. So year to the day almost.
No, it wasn't it 2013 for both consoles?
I thought the PS4.
Oh, you just said 2013. Yeah, 2013 for PS4. It launched earlier in the month of November, though.
Oh, yep. November 2013. You're right. All right, so about a week sooner.
Right. So I thought,
I guess that's where
I thought it was the following year, but no, it was only like a couple of weeks later. Yeah, that was.
I guess that's where that other 50 million came in. That the first week sales were. Whew.
That was it. We got a chat in the inner stream here. It's Meg. She said, "Hey, she want to know how we all are. We're all doing well. We're all here except for poor Baker, but
yeah,
that's what happens when you
Mandingo busted his molar.
That's what
I'm gonna watch this back.
We're gonna be down a man permanently.
Right. Him and crying somewhere together.
All right. Well, moving on here, and congrats to Sony for that because that's fucking huge. But moving on, go ahead and tell us what's going on with Bungie.
Yeah. So little studio, you viewers out there have probably heard of Bungie, known for this little itty bitty game that a couple of people, maybe 4 or 5 people, play called Halo. And also Destiny. So they got scooped up by the Activision beast several years ago. Gosh, I don't even know how long it's been. 8 years. So yeah, 2010. Activision scooped them up, and they've had a divorce. They're no longer a unit. Bungie is out on its own, and they kept the Halo IP, which I think is huge. I don't know if you guys have been following kind of the life cycle of Destiny, but it was the same thing in Destiny 1. The game came out, it was great. And then you could kind of see the Activision pieces and parts of it. The community was in an uproar, and then towards the end of it, Bungie, started making DLCs and changes that made the community happy, but didn't necessarily make them money hand over fist. And it's been the same thing with Destiny 2. Forsaken fixed a lot of the issues, and I don't know, maybe not necessarily in a way that benefited Activision, but I think Bungie wants to make great games, and I think this is honestly probably the best thing for them. They're big to Activision's money, and they can go out and do what Bungie wants to do what Bungie does best. I think this is great, honestly.
Well, as someone who played an ass load of the first Destiny, and I mean a fucking, I burnt myself out in the game. I just played it way too much, done everything like 50 times. I get so tired of it. I just couldn't
Yeah.
play it anymore. And then, like you said, there was a thing where we got roped into some bigger groups of people, and it was just a fucking shit show every time you try to do a raid. It was so hard to get people to commit, and it was so difficult. It was too much, and I just totally quit Destiny altogether. I give it up. So Destiny 2 commit proposing that was coming, I was like, well, this is a lot better. But then again, the worst thing was the player base to me, even though people say the numbers were there, I found the player base was down even for most of the people that I played Destiny with. All had abandoned Destiny. Not too many people were in Destiny 2. I mean, me and you played a little bit of it. It was always, it's a time suck. And with so many games out there that require time as well, it's hard to justify hoping that Destiny 2 is going to get back to where it needed to go. And it was just like, it was too much. I'm like, I'm done. I'm like, fuck, I give up on it. I hardly played a quarter of the game. I guess the burnout I give myself on Destiny 1 definitely carried over into 2 because I was playing a lot of stuff over and I'm like, this is not what I want. So I stopped playing. I know their vision is a lot different than Activision's. Activision and Blizzard are, I don't know what the fuck they've been up to, but man, they're making mistakes. And them forcing Destiny to do what they had, or forcing, Bungie to do what they did with Destiny is just proof that they're at a touch. And yeah, them splitting from Activision is a huge deal, and hopefully it's going to benefit the community. Even though I'm not part of that community anymore, I mean, I definitely don't have any ill will against Bungie. I mean, it wasn't all their fault. I mean, even though, they had a hand in it, but we don't know the back end deal, how much they were forced to do stuff. But yeah, this is huge news. This is massive news. Too many often a developer leaves a publisher and takes your fucking IPs. Like
it's as big to me as if Naughty Dog was to leave Sony, and you know what I mean. There's a possibility now that you could get Uncharted on PC or Xbox. I mean, this is that big to me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's huge.
So, yeah, but I mean, like I said, whenever Bungie left Microsoft, they had to leave Halo behind.
Yeah.
They didn't get a choice. They left and they
343. I think they bought up 343 Studios or something.
Yeah. So what do you think of this, Patty?
I think it's huge the fact that they actually got to keep Destiny, right? They got to take that from Activision, and you don't see that a whole lot. I mean, I guess one example we could use would be Konami being able to keep the Metal Gear series. Kojima created that, 20, 30 years ago from the bottom up, and he couldn't take a single asset from it. So being able to walk away from that clean and still have like creative control over your property, that's a huge achievement, and I can't believe they were able to pull it off.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's something else, man.
Big time.
Yeah. Gosh, you guys remember when Activision was awesome? Like when they were putting out Guitar Hero games and everything was cool. You guys remember that? I remember that.
I remember
Activision used to do shit, man.
I remember they used to make good Tony Hawk skateboarding games, and they stopped making good Tony Hawk games. And
with the second one, and then everything after that, all the subsequent ones were trash.
Yeah.
Pro Skater 2, man.
Pro Skater 2 was so good. So good.
That was my jam, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, well, moving on here. Let's talk a little bit about mobile gaming and its its latest victim.
Gosh, that's not.
So mobile gaming has been kind of a controversy lately because it seems like some pretty big developers are actually looking at aiming their guns at the mobile market and kind of leaving consoles and PC behind. Latest one being Blizzard. They announced the next Diablo is going to be a mobile game, and people were pissed.
Oh, that was an amazing conference.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
People were so pissed.
Don't you have a phone? Fuck.
So the next game to follow up on that is Alien. The latest Alien game is a mobile game, and it's already been released, and it's called Alien Blackout. When it was announced, fans were pissed, like they would be. Coming off the success of Alien Isolation, I think it was.
Yes.
It was apparently an amazing game. I haven't played it, but it got rave reviews. It was just epic for the Alien series.
Yep.
So this shift to mobile gaming doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. But with reviews now coming out of the game, it's actually good, apparently. The reviewers are saying they're having a blast with the game, and it actually runs pretty well for a mobile game. Whether or not that will sway the fans into saying, you know what, mobile's not too bad, it's hard to see. I kind of fucking doubt it, but we'll see. What do you guys think?
Well, I never played Alien Isolations, because the previous Alien game that released was, and Baker played it. It was fucking trash.
Oh yeah,
What's it? Alien. I can't remember it. Someone mentioned on Reddit. Yeah, someone mentioned on Reddit the other day. Colonial Marines. Yeah, it just ass. Like it was really bad.
Really bad.
So when this came, I'm thinking, great, just another cash grab on the Alien's name, and I've heard it's like a legit terrifying experience. Like if horror games is your thing, apparently this is it. Like hiding from the alien is terrifying. Bits and pieces of the game. It's a kind of a slower paced game from the bit I've watched. I mean, it could be fast paced in other areas, but yeah, it's like hiding from the aliens and shit. I'm tempted to go pick it up cheap somewhere. Yeah, whenever this was like not really announced, but it was first kind of game. It was called Blackout. It was supposed to be a sequel, and then all of a sudden there was information released that it was going to be a mobile game. The internet fucking kind of shit itself all over, like the whole Diablo thing. And then when I realized it's tech sequel, it just kind of, it's another branching storyline apparently. And like, I don't know. I mean, I'm half tempted now to pick this mobile game up. It's free, right? Like all mobile games, but you probably got to pay for shit. I might try it.
Yeah,
shits and giggles.
It doesn't say if it is a paid game, but I imagine like every other fucking mobile game out there, it's free. So, I mean, yeah, give it a try. And
let's take a quick peek here.
Yeah, exactly. It's for all systems like Android, iOS. You could probably play it on a fucking Raspberry Pi if you wanted to.
Probably. Yeah, it must be free to play. Well, I don't know why when I click on the Google Play Store link in the thing, it doesn't load up. It just reloads the article. So,
what's it called? Aliens what?
Alien Blackout.
Alien.
But the thing was that I found hilarious when I found this article and I was reading through it before.
Oh, it says coming soon.
Before the podcast. It says January 11th.
Adventure.
January 11th, get a sneak peek. Oh, maybe it's just some previews and stuff have been released. Or maybe just review copies have gone out.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because I see some no stuff, IGN and etc. So it's not live yet.
Yeah, so I imagine they're just getting like review copies then.
Yeah,
probably.
So yeah, but I got a kick out of the Reddit comments. Was like, after the Diablo shitstorm, can you imagine what the developers thought when they had to realize they had to announce this? And you imagine the poor guy that had to fucking do the press release for this fucking mobile game.
Yeah.
After the backlash that Blizzard went through with their Diablo shit.
Yeah.
If they can pull it off, and it's going to be a standalone, and it's not going to basically carry a story where you're going to have to play this and then to play the next actual console or PC version, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, like really, it's long as it's not taken, the story and forcing you to play mobile to continue the story arc on another console or back on mobile again, then yeah, I don't got a problem with it really. JY's in the chat. He said, "Suck it. Mobile games are the worst. Money for this, money for that, money for no ads. No thanks." And I agree. JY, man. I've only found a few mobile games that are actually kind of a little bit fun, but then it's either you got to wait to play them, you got to wait at the timer on it, or you got to buy stuff to continue playing, and that just I'm not spending money on it. Yeah, just no fun. If I want to sit there and play we've had a cool golf game, and it's like, well, after you play like 2 rounds online, then you have to wait like a whole fucking day to play again. It's like, nah, dude, I'm done. Delete. Like, see ya.
Yeah, there's only a very few mobile games I play. Like PUBG Mobile, I play the shit out of that. It's actually surprisingly good for a mobile game.
I hear that. I
yeah,
should give it a try sometime.
I would love to get us all on there, It's simple, it's fun, and you fucking wreck at it because everyone sucks. So it's a good time. But I completely understand as well. You know, a lot of mobile games I'll run into, like even simple ones. There's this one where you tap the screen and it's supposed to like e-brake a car into a parking spot. There are so many additions you have to pay for just for this fucking simple game. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And that's the mobile market. So if they're gonna do that, then they're just as bad as everyone else. But if they're gonna be able to pull off a good game where it's not bloated or loaded to the ass with paywalls and shit, then good on them. I hope them all the success.
Yeah.
Yeah, like JY said, days you're paying $99 to level up in 2 days.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing. Yeah, I mean I'd love to find a fun mobile game. If I could find a fun mobile game, buy it like for $1 or $2, but let me play it first to see if I like it. And then if I had to pay $2 to own the game without having to buy shit like constantly, I would probably buy something outright to play it. If I could find something fun enough. But I got a PC, I got a PS4. I mean, I don't need another place to play games. I don't play on my phone. Like, I don't usually have time to sit on my phone and play. I'm usually on my phone. I'm like Redditing and reading news on gaming, and that's about it. Chatting with you guys on Slack if I'm not in front of my computer. So, like, I don't play a lot of games. So, and Meg said you guys are great streamers. I'm hoping she means all of us because I read it, so it means all of us.
we're like mediocre at best, but thank you.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're trying. Yeah, I mean, Alien mobile game. I mean, you know, if it's free to play and you can actually enjoy it without having to try to spend a boatload of money on it, I'd say give it a whirl. But don't be just handing these developers over a boatload of cash for a fucking game they should have probably put on console or PC.
Yeah, exactly. All right, moving on here. Panther, tell us about your favorite game.
Oh, my favorite game currently. My favorite game. My favorite game or favorite game company to shit on is good old Epic and Fortnite.
Awesome.
But this isn't really Fortnite. This is Epic, and I mean, yes, there's always been. This is how Meg says, yeah, she meant all of it. But yeah, I mean, I always like to shit on Epic. They've done some good things. In Uber,
oh God, where's Uber? Where's Uber?
We're back and forth. I mean, they've done like they give money to charities, dude. Hey, that's a positive in my eyes, you know. But Epic might be swimming in a pool of money thanks to success of Fortnite and its debut of its exclusive gobbling Steam competitor. But it is also to tell it in hot water with its own customers. Today, the BBB announced that it's awarded Epic its lowest grade possible, citing 247 unanswered customer complaints on its website. The majority of complaints submitted to the BBB complaint are against Epic Games or exchange issues. The Better Business Bureau wrote, they have attempted to contact Epic Games on numerous occasions, but the company has failed to respond. Now, it should be noted that the Better Business an official government or regulatory body, despite that it's stately suited might suggest. Instead, it's a national network of nonprofit groups that work to make business better, provide. So they do lobby against fundamental business practice. So they're not government, but they do have a pretty high regard. I mean, people turn to them to whenever a company is being a fucking complete douchebag. So many of the complaints on Epic's BBB page center around unauthorized credit card charges and account hacking issues. Kotaku reported earlier, told Kotaku that it's aware of the instances where users' accounts have been compromised using well-known hacking techniques and was working to resolve these issues directly with those players affected. But the issue appears to have persisted given the many complaints occurred in the past few months. So this has been ongoing for months. It's not like, oh, we opened the Epic store. Oh, shit, there was a problem in our software and we got hacked. No, this has been ongoing. So Epic isn't as good as everyone says they are. Really? Are they? No. Fucking assholes. Fix your shit. Fix your shit.
Well, let me play devil's advocate here.
Oh fuck! Here we go.
No, hear me out.
This is Fortnite fanboy.
This is not. I'm not defending Epic at all. What I'm going to do here is give you a little bit of real world experience with the Better Business Bureau, who is not the knight in shining armor that you would think they are. First of all, they don't fact check shit. As someone who owned a business, I had several complaints go up to the Better Business Bureau, and they would hammer you online and give you all these bad grades, but they would never contact us, and because there's like and what actually happened. If you call the BBB and you complain, they just take that shit. It happened to us several times. I have a friend that runs an H calls and toilet didn't flush. They'll give him an F, and they won't even fucking call him and ask him. He may have not even worked at their house. I'm not going to say that this is a complete bullshit story, but I will tell you that anything that comes from the Better Business Bureau, you need to take it with a grain of salt and actually do the homework on it.
Well, see, the BBB is I do believe an American organization, and we don't have it in Canada.
It is, and they're not like federally funded. They're in business to make money. Like, don't get that twisted.
Okay. Well, I mean, even Kotaku, we'll take the Kotaku article. They went at them, and Epic actually said yes that they know there was credit card charges and hacking. So if we take the BBB out of this, Kotaku is still reported this late last year, and it's still ongoing. So the fact that
Tifu's account got hacked and banned by Epic Games. I mean, he's the biggest streamer that they have. So it's not untrue. I don't feel like the BBB lends credibility to the story.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. So that's fine. I mean, I got no problem with that. Yeah. But like I said, I made a comment whenever Epic came out with their store and their big push to get games and everything over there. And the whole thing about they're taking less money than Steam, et cetera, which Money and me and Baker, when we done one of the 2-man podcasts, we kicked the shit out of Steam for their business practices. So I mean, I don't have a problem with a company come along and taking less money to sell games. I don't have a problem with that. Sure. I have a problem with the fact that they hired a guy that knowingly was data mining Steam, and he was doing data mining on Steam while he was fucking working at Epic. I mean, is that not corporate fucking espionage?
That's
they seemed proud of it. They seemed proud of it, and the guys seemed to brag of it. I'm thinking, he just seemed like a fucking asshole to me. Like, it just seems really shady. And now, it's all coming out. There was complaints at first about there are no questions policy where you can refund games, kind of like what Steam has. And apparently people were having problems with it. I don't know if it's changed, but I don't know, man. People keep bragging up how great Epic Games are, but man, I don't know.
Seems well, yeah.
What do you say, Fatty?
Yeah.
I think what Work says about the Better Business Bureau is kind of true. I don't think they lend any kind of credibility. A lot of their shit, it's not fact checked, and it's simply just someone creating a complaint, and they pretty much run with it. But I also believe that Epic, as with any other digital item distributor, be it Steam, iTunes, anything, I think they all get pretty shitty when it comes to customer service, especially when it comes to refunds or anything like that. So I really don't think that I don't think that Epic has a pedestal to stand on, but I don't think any of the other distributors have a pedestal to stand on over them as well. I just think that that's kind of the world we live in, and this grade might mean something to some, but honestly, I think no store is better than the other, so fuck the grade.
Yeah, like, have you ever called customer service for an enormous corporation and fully and I'm not saying that I think it's okay, like, it fucking sucks. It'd be great if everyone took care of the customer, but they don't, right?
Let me put it this way. You've known me for a little bit now. You know my demeanor. I once worked customer service for one of the biggest tech companies out there right now. So I'm a prime example of how customer service isn't going to get you fucking anywhere half the time. So that F
Yeah.
grade, you know, it might be warranted, but it also might be just bullshit that every other digital distributor gets to deal with. So
Yeah.
Well, I never had to deal with Epic on any refund. I've only ever done one refund with Steam, and it was taken care of in less than like 24 hours.
yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
most of them
Like-
are. I mean, even
Like himself, I know he's refunded a couple titles, and he's never had major issues that he's ever told us. So unless he wants to comment later on or put out a tweet or something to
Right.
deny
So
that,
here's-
but I'm just saying, like, all in all, with the refund is one thing. I know that was kind of a big thing when they first opened the store up, but this whole thing about the information being stolen by well-known hacking practices, how fucking shitty is your encryption and your security of a well-known hacking what do you call it, hacking skills that people can fucking just go in and take over your shit? Like, fuck, come on.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Like,
Sony-
shit isn't
like,
fucking,
dude, like if iCloud got hacked as hard up as Apple is, like I'm not.
any business.
Yeah, no,
Sony
that's
got
what I mean,
fucking
though. Like,
hammered
I'm
years
not,
ago.
I'm not
But
gonna
any
hold a
business
gun to
that-
Epic's head if.
No,
Sony
I'm not
got
saying-
popped, think of it,
but I
you know
mean,
what
if they know months ago this was a problem, and Kotaku reported on it months ago, why is it still ongoing today? That's kind of my thing. Like, it just seems like they
Yeah,
don't give a fuck.
yeah.
Well, and then also consider this, like on the BBB and complaints and journal note, when your stuff got taken care of on Steam really quickly, did you call the Better Business Bureau and go, hey, I had a problem with a purchase I got on Steam and they took care of that shit? Awesome. Give them an A. Did you ever call? Like,
No,
only the people that are pissed off.
Oh yeah,
Post
it looks like
shit,
Yelp
right?
reviews, dude.
So
Like,
there's
yeah,
probably
you never hear the positive.
just the same amount,
No.
if not more, of people that had good experiences
oh,
that
ever.
are too busy enjoying their fucking product to complain. So, I don't
Exactly.
know.
Exactly.
It sucks. I
Yeah.
wish that all data was protected.
But whenever Fatty said that he had the article about Epic getting the F, he knew I was going to take it. He knew.
Oh,
he
I
said
put it in
that-
there
oh,
just
yeah.
for you, buddy.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
But like,
He went out. He was like Google Epic bad press.
I was like, there's got to be at
Article
least
for
one.
Epic?
There's got to be
Yeah.
one. I got to get
So-
him
And
going.
I didn't even go looking for it. Even after you told me about the article, I didn't even go looking for it because I wasn't going to be the one to put it in there.
I tried to plant
like
that
a-
seed. I was like, maybe if I just tell him about it, maybe he'll throw it in there. So
He's
I
got so
opened up
much
the
hate inside,
drive.
He's like, it doesn't matter what the article is. I can run with it.
Yeah, even the most positive thing, I'll find a reason to shit on it. Remember that whole?
I was about to say
they
we
just-
already did the chicken defender.
Oh my
I
God.
said, I wish we had a fucking live
And it's
stream of
bad.
that.
That
Wait,
that little
buddy,
kid's
buddy.
dream we just tore it apart. So,
Oh my
Jesus.
gosh.
All right, moving on. Work. Tell us about PUBG.
PUBG just dropped the Mjolnir of ban hammers. 30,000 players have been banned. And the deal is there was this cheat that's out there. I'm just going to briefly describe it in the article here. It says the cheat in question, which PUBG only refers to as an unauthorized program, is basically a radar hack. These guys were using VPN to read packets of game data being sent to servers. They were not reading the game. They weren't intercepting the game files themselves, which is what made it so hard to detect, according to the article. But the end-all be-all is that the people running this exploit were able to see the position of other players on the map on a separate monitor while they were playing the game. It's pretty big. I mean, if you're doing that in an esports competition, that's definitely going to give you a competitive advantage that other players don't have. So, like, completely justified. Apparently, there was a couple of pro-level competitive players doing this. They have been banned. So, like, good on them, right? You know, people were crying foul. There was actually some foul there, and they found it and smashed it. I think it's great.
Four pros in their teams.
Yeah, pros and their team. They even say something in here about a team.
10 more professionals were caught and suspended along with 2 others while not directly involved. No knew their teammates had been.
Yeah. So, like,
Fuck.
guilty by association, right?
Well, that's
Getaway
what-
driver gets banned.
There you go.
Guy that put gas in the car 3 days prior to the crime, he's fucking getting banned too.
Yeah. I mean, like this. I mean, in the esports world, I don't follow esports at all. A huge thing. I know they're like selling fucking not arenas, but they sell out like at venues like repeatedly for people to watch this shit, and it's huge money. So like as far as I'm concerned, would that not be, these people that were suspended? I mean, why are they even suspend them? Why are they just permanently banned from esports for life?
And that's an interesting point, because how is this at its most basic from someone like Lance Armstrong taking performance enhancing drugs to be better than everybody like this? I don't feel like this is that far off from that. If you're talking apples to apples, right? Competitive advantage is what it is. It's
cheating out and out, and I mean, it basically, if it was an event where there's money involved, does it not also constitute as fucking theft? If you win an event by cheating, you're stealing money from somebody.
Yeah.
That's sponsorships that are being fucked over. That's people. I mean, that's like there's huger implications in my mind than just getting.
Sure.
As far as I'm concerned, they should be banned from esports for life. It should be a one and done for cheating.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, isn't that kind of like the same as professional sports? I mean, once you're found out to be using like steroids or something, most teams don't even look at you once you get outed for that.
Right.
Some of them, well, baseball's had a little bit of trouble with it. Yeah. Even the last 2 years, there's been a few players that have been caught, and there's been a few guys that have been caught for taking something that is borderline, or there's been some weird things happen to some players and stuff like that. And I mean, they usually get suspended. And after that, sometimes they have a hard time coming back. A lot of them go down to the minors for a long time, and they might get, but I mean, they're suspended. I mean, you get three chances. You get basically 3 strikes in MLB.
Yeah.
You're suspended for like 6 months, a year, and then after that, it's permanent. So
it seems like MMA is like that too.
MMA is not hard enough, dude. There's so many people caught and still fucking fighting.
Yeah.
So, like
Looking at you, John Jones.
Yeah, fucker.
Brock Lesnar.
But yeah, I mean, I don't get no room for people that cheat. I mean, if you can find an advantage and it's within the rules, then whatever. But there's no need to fucking cheat to win, and it's just bullshit. And I think, I mean, it's great on the PUBG devs for finding this out, and hopefully something they can prevent in the future. I think there needs to be a bigger implication than just getting banned from playing one game.
Yeah,
I mean, if I was running an esports team, these guys would never get a shot at my team if I was running an esports team.
No, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Like, these players should be pretty much blacklisted. Like, other teams should be looking to these people and be like, well, they already cheated in one game. Who's going to say they're not going to cheat and risk my team, right? What if my team gets that implication at the end? They get caught cheating on my team, and then suddenly...
Sure. Or what if, Razor was talking to us, and then we bring Schmuckatelli phone calls? I mean...
Right.
Yeah. Now, it doesn't even say that they were banned. It says, per the people mentioned... will be banned from all official esports competitions for 3 years, beginning on December 31st.
Okay, well,
I have to assume that that's Player Unknown's competitions. Although it does say all official esports, I don't know. It's pretty vague.
Yeah. And
it's interesting. It doesn't mention in the future players found to have been banned competitive play. Nowhere in here that I'm reading. Permanent in-game, so they can't play the games anymore, at least under those.
Yeah, but I mean, down on Steam and away you go.
Sure.
I mean, that's...
Yeah. That brings up another point. There's no governing body for esports. Is there? Like, there's not like a World Boxing Association, or like an MLB or an NFL.
Yeah.
There is so much...
I don't think there's anything like a commissioner or anything. Like, there's no one really.
Should there be, to ensure that stuff like this?
I nominate myself.
Cats don't get to go play like Smite.
I want to say yes, but then you run into the issue of how things become over commercialized. I mean, look at the NFL now.
Yeah.
Other than them actually playing the game, the entire game is a fucking commercial. So.
Oh, dude, it's a money.
Exactly. NASCAR has become the same thing too. So, I mean, would it be better regulated, or would it be worse? It's hard to say.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it caught. Hopefully this will, whenever this method was the cheating, hopefully other games will look at it and figure out if people are using that exploit in their games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
hard to say. Packets are packets, man.
Right.
I'd say, yeah.
Especially, yeah.
All right, moving on here. I have some news that will make Panther happy because these are the people he hates the worst. So, Rockstar is going to be releasing some updates for Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, and it's basically outlined exactly what they're going to do. The first thing they're doing is tackling griefers. In a Newswire post on their website, they explained that right now their system to deal with griefers is it's a simple parlay system. So if someone attacks you more than once within a short amount of time, you're supposed to be able to activate this mode called parlay. And it basically keeps other players from being able to attack you physically. It's almost like passive mode in GTA 5.
Okay.
Although they have that in there, the system doesn't work half the time. And this is probably attributed to them being in beta right now. But, I mean, players can kill you over and over again, and you might get the option to parlay. So they're going to be taking some strides to make that a little better. They're going to be revamping that parlay system so it always gives you the option. But they don't really give a timeline of when that's going to be put through. So for now, you're still going to get lassoed by other players and drugged down the road behind their horse. It's just going to happen, unfortunately. Another update that they're looking to implement is something we actually mentioned on a previous show. The player blips on the map. They're always visible online. No matter where on the map you are, you can see where every player in that session is. So they're going to be changing it over to a proximity-based blip. So you're going to only be able to see players that are within a certain proximity to where you are. So if you're in Blackwater and someone's in St. Denis, you can't see them over there. You're only going to be able to see the people in Blackwater and maybe some of the outskirts. So hopefully that's going to decrease on, I guess, targeting. Maybe a little bit of griefing. Honestly, they're still just going to pick on the people that are near them, but hopefully you'll be able to travel it into the mountains or something and get away from everyone, and people won't find you. Yay, seclusion. They're also going to be implementing a new bounty hunter system. We've talked about this too. Rockstar, are you listening to our show? Are you taking our ideas?
Yep.
Where's our check?
10%.
Exactly. I mean, yo, what's 10% of $1 billion?
10, lots of pointing. 10.
Yeah.
You need to look at the stream and do, because we're both above you in the stream.
Right, so 10 and then 10 for everybody else.
Yeah. Okay. So what's 30% of $1 billion? Because that's all we want.
Enough. It's enough for me to do whatever the fuck I want all the time forever. Yeah. So it's good. I don't care what the number is.
I'll fucking make it easy. I'll take 5%.
Yeah. I'll shave. Rockstar. I'll laser my beard off forever for 5%.
So yeah, they're implementing a bounty hunter system, which we obviously came up with first. Basically right now, players can commit crimes all they want and there's no repercussions. If you're in a town, you're going to get shot by some lawmen, but if you're out in like the open Wild West, ain't no one coming for you. You're just going to keep fucking players up no matter what they do. So Rockstar is going to be implementing a bounty hunter system that will basically put a bounty on the player that's causing a lot of shit out in the wild. Now, they haven't, in the blog post, they haven't made it really obvious whether or not the bounty hunters will be actual players or if it'll be something like we see in single player where you have, a team of AI coming after you and basically butt-fucking you until you stop moving. So it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, exactly, right? It would be really cool if they made some sort of reward where players could go and get this bounty and get some money out of it, because making money in the game is kind of hard. So it'd be nice to see something like that. But again, they haven't given any kind of timeline, and they haven't said what they actually plan on doing. So we'll see what happens in the future. Other than those small updates to anti-griefing shit, they're also going to be releasing new content, more content, missions, events. They are looking at more racing, death matches, stuff like that, and they also just released another battle royale-esque mode, which I probably won't play. So there's that. But good on Rockstar. You know, they're starting to move into the anti-griefing territory, which they should have done with GTA 5, but maybe they can do it now with Red Dead.
I mean, GTA 5 had passive mode. GTA 5 had invite-only servers where you could just play. I mean, they had some better infrastructure built in for stuff like that.
But it really limited you on what you could do and, you know, what your activities were.
Because they added some of that content where you had to be in public lobbies to complete missions and some of the content. You had to do, like, there was some things you had to do out in public, but then after you got the big area of the public stuff done, then you could go into a private session and finish it up. So because, I mean, I was watching some the content to come out for GTA, and they were on public servers, and they were getting chased around quite a bit, trying to do some of the mission stuff because, you know, either they knew who they were by their gamer tags, or they were doing certain missions and they were just fucking with them. So, I mean, that kind of sucked. I mean, it took me away from playing it because, I mean, while most people I played with moved on to PC gaming and stopped playing it, but I mean, this is awesome that they're going to add something for the griefing. And I mean, and all in all, I mean, when you're by yourself, you're going to get like groups of people. That's going to happen. But when we play together, I mean, we get into some gunfights and shit. We were playing online. And I mean, I'll admit, you know, I did fire at some people first. I have to admit that.
The poor hunter, dude. He was just trying to hunt that deer.
Well, like I said, I'm fucking trigger happy, PTSD, because earlier before that fucking game, I logged into some dude's random part. Oh, okay. I'm in, and then killed me. I'm like, all right. Then it was 4-on-1. Or 3-on-1, so I'm like, all right, fuck you. I just quit it. Wait for you guys. Join some random guy's posse. They just decided.
Just let yourself in. I'll kick you out and kill you too. I mean,
he shouldn't have had a fucking open posse then. Like, he was invited me. He basically invited me in. There you go.
You're not gonna lock your doors.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I was being friendly, dude. I wasn't wanting to fight them, but they wanted to fight me.
Should have waved your tankard, man. You gotta hold your tankard up.
You gotta hold your tankard up. Yeah.
Shit.
I'm interested to see what they could do with it. I mean, we haven't really touched much on it, other than when we played for Game of the Week, and you know, we haven't really touched much on it. I have to get back in to play a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. When was the last time you guys played Red Dead?
Oh man.
Game of the Week. For that online. Yeah. I think I played a little bit of story mode afterwards, but
single play. I thought I was gonna get back into it on my Christmas break, but I haven't. Playing different other things, Scum and my time. So now,
I got through the the online tutorial missions and pretty much haven't touched it since.
Yeah,
I haven't finished the story in RDR.
No, that's same as me. I need to get back on the single player and get it finished.
Yeah. Damn you, Sea of Thieves. even though you're only the excuse from like yesterday and today.
Yeah. I don't know. The online is if you're alone, it's not that fun. It gets kind of difficult to play, but if you have a good group of friends, it's a fucking blast. So
yeah, we had a fucking great time on Game of the Week. Check out the video.
Yeah, exactly. Shameless plug.
Yeah, check out our fucking videos. We also have a Sea of Thieves Game of the Week that just went up too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Not even that. There's some highlight stuff there. That's
on my channel, on my own channel, that need to be watched.
Gosh.
And Patty's channel too. Yeah, were you streaming that? You weren't streaming that the night where you at work.
Yeah.
Whenever the three of us were playing. I know me and Patty.
Our Twitch channels.
Yes, sure. They're all in Twitch and
say follow and subscribe, but not yet.
Not yet. All right. Well, enough shameless plugging. Panther, tell us about FIFA.
FIFA?
Yeah.
FIFA.
I'll tell you about FIFA right there.
Giant money suck. So FIFA 19 streamers buying thousands of pounds, because it's in Britain, worth of FUT Team of the Year packs. Reminds us the odds are very much against us. So it says in the article, it says FIFA 19 was briefly the most popular game on Twitch the other evening. I can't remember when this article came out. So it's a little bit, it's not the newest article, but it's not that old. So it says, because of Team of the Year. The Year promotion adds ultimate versions of the best 11 players of 2018 as decided by EA. Last night, the first part of the promotion kicked off for 24 hours. TOTY attackers. I don't know what the fuck that means. It's probably a fucking term. Or it's a pack. Probably a pack. Card pack has crazy names. None of us play FIFA. Uber no longer here, so we can't speak for FIFA. But yeah, so apparently the TOTY attackers are in packs. It means there's a chance, and the chance is 99 rated Ronaldo or 99 rated Messi and a 97 Mbappe. I don't know these fucking soccer players. Like, this article is not well written either. They're all over the fucking map here. So these are the best cards you get in foot, so players really, really want them. And there's only a limited time in which to get them. As EA would have you believe for now, special, more expensive packs with better odds are made available for just an hour, and the hunt is on. This is a boom for EA and FIFA YouTubers and streamers. The big personalities in the FIFA community, such as Castro and Bateson, whoever they are, each with millions of followers across multiple platforms, took FIFA 19 last night. Thousands of pounds or dollars worth of FUT packs, hoping to get TOTY cards. The people turned in the thousands. For some, their luck was in the video. There's videos in this article. Shows them opening up packs and getting excited, whatever. But the biggest thing is these personalities are part of the big fucking problem with this. I'm not gonna a lot of shit that I don't understand FIFA coins and FIFA points, and because none of us play it. But here's my biggest take in this whole article, that these fellas basically make all their money off spending money on a video game year in and year out. And as the big streamers do it, all the young people that watch this, or older people too, because Uber's not a little kid anymore, says now he doesn't spend money on this game, but they just want to be like the famous Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers. They want to spend the big money on the big packs and make, subscribers, lots of money off that. But it's a fucking guys that are already established. They already have, millions, if not multiple millions amount of followers that give them donations and everything else to feed this fucking machine known as FIFA. And it's just horrible. It's disgusting. And anybody that streams this constantly and buys packs and does pack openings, and to me, they're a huge part of the problem. And once this whole pay to win and packs and shit becomes illegal across the board, and FIFA will be gone. FIFA will be long gone.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it'll stop making money for them. And as we've seen before, EA is not above just cutting people out. Or cutting games out that aren't making money. They'll shut them right down.
It's just, I don't know. It frustrates me to no end that the amount of money that people will spend on this game, and these fucking YouTubers and Twitch streamers, they turn around and they spend the money, but it's donated money, a lot of it, or it's sponsor money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they're still making fucking boatload of money off it. It's the whole thing with like the Fortnite streamers, the big Fortnite guys. Every fucking stream, they're buying new fucking outfits and buying the battle pass or whatever the thing is called every 6 weeks or whatever their thing is, and they're buying all the new clothes and all the new gear. So all the people watching them see them buying it nonstop. So what do? They turn around and buy it all over again. And like these guys they're getting $100 donations, like, and $25 donations repeatedly. You watch Dr. Disrespect the other day for a few minutes, and dude was just getting like 50 and 25, and like the Twitch Prime are just filling up the chat. It's like then that guy's there, he goes into the store and he buys $40 or $50 worth of fucking add-ons for Fortnite. It doesn't cost him nothing. It's all free money.
Yeah.
And I mean, and then the same as these FIFA guys, it's like they stream and they spend thousands of dollars on fucking packs for a game, and turn around next year, guess what they have to do, because none of this shit carries over.
Yep.
FIFA 20 comes out, boom, they're starting back from scratch.
Buy the
again.
game and then buy all the shit again.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous that there's 11 supposed players that are the best of the year based by EA, and they charge crazy amounts of money for packs, and your chances of getting the top cards are like 0.00001 percentages.
Yeah, it says ultra rare, like 2 ultra rares in that article.
Like,
that's crazy.
It's ridiculous, and then, like I said, and these streamers are part of the problem. If you're thinking about buying packs and consider the above $300 spent in 10 minutes, or 300 British pounds, that's like almost $600 Canadian spent in 10 minutes, was the best player. Or Guerra was the best player. I don't even know who that is. Like, these guys are spending like $300 and $400, $500, $600 in minutes on all these packs to try to get all these good players, and they're not even getting the top ones. They're just getting, you know, mediocre players repeatedly. It's a fucking addiction. It's a sickness.
Well, it's gambling. It's the same as popping coins into a VLT at the bar. It's the exact same, because you have no idea what the fuck you're getting, and your percentages of actually winning something big are so slim, it's nauseating. But anyone who has a gambling problem is just gonna pump money into that, and EA knows it. EA knows it. That's why they do this every year, because they know they can pretty much get 3-4 times the amount of money they can on these loot boxes or packs than they can selling the actual fucking game.
They make almost $1 billion off this fucking game of packs.
Exactly. What do they make in sales? A couple million, probably.
Yeah, a few $1 million on the actual game sales, and then it's all the rest of the money is packs.
Exactly, and that's why they continue to do this. And I stand firm in my stance in saying, you know, people are going to spend money on whatever they want, and I don't have a problem if it's only a cosmetic thing. If you want to spend money on stupid shit, that's up to you. That's your money. But when it comes to these fucking loot boxes and gambling and like basically dumping your whole paycheck into hoping you get an item that's going to allow you to win, it just needs to be shut down. It needs to be outlawed. Like, there's just it's so fucked up.
It's pay to win on a certain level, because it does still take, like, I had a problem with the show, is it's pay to win. People with the money can go in and just go into the marketplace and spend real world money to buy the best players, and go online and play with those players, and so they automatically have an advantage. If your whole lineup is 99, eventually you're going to hit more home runs than the other guy, right? The same as in FIFA. If you're the best player, he's going to be the best striker, he's going to be the best defend, he's going to be the best goal. Like, everyone's the best. Even if you're a mediocre talented player, you have an advantage over someone who's maybe has better skill but doesn't have the, you know, thousands of dollars to spend on the fucking game to turn around and go online and play. And so it's pay to win to you still have to have the skill. It's not like a press button and the guy automatically runs down and scores a goal or hits a home run every swing of the bat, but it's pay to win, and it's fucking, you're full of shit, and it's exactly what they promote it as. And it's fucking sickening. And I know what like an addiction is like. I mean, I used to have like a bit of an addiction to buying hockey card packs, man. I was a kid, I used to get packs. It was always a treat when I was a kid to go and get a pack, you know, here and there. They weren't overly expensive, because back then no one knew they'd be worth money, right? And then all of a sudden the big baseball card, hockey card craze hit, and people were making like thousands of dollars on, and it kind of became a thing. And I used to go and buy packs of cards all the time, and it became a fucking addiction. I had to stop going to the fucking shop where they sold card packs, because I was buying them all the time. And it was because I was collecting them. But at least that's an actual physical item that I can hold in my hands. I can look at it. I can make a collection out of, you know, and put it in a binder and have all my favorite players or whatever. At least it was an actual physical item. Buying fucking digital packs of cards, you don't even, you know, you're playing as the players. Well, that's fine. But next year, the game rolls over. The next year, you wipe back to zero, and that thousands of dollars you spend is fucking useless. You know, there's no investment. It doesn't carry over. You can't take next year and get a bunch of online credit to go towards more packs for the next season. They don't do that because they know that's a loss of money to them. It's just so predatory. It's so horrible. And I just can't wait for every fucking nation to say this shit's illegal and just fucking completely ban it.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I mean, it's preying on people's addictions, and it's so fucked up. It's got to go.
It's a big fuck you to EA and FIFA.
Oh yeah.
And a little fuck you to all the people that support it.
Yeah.
How about that?
Now we are just actually we're past the hour mark, so this will probably be our last topic. But Work, tell us what's going on with Gearbox.
Oh gosh. So anyone who knows anything about Gearbox and the Borderlands series knows who Randy Pitchford is. He's like the Bill Gates of Gearbox. I mean, if you were hearing news about any big Gearbox game from Randy Pitchford or an associate of his, I think he's still the CEO of the company. So anyway, a former legal counsel for Gearbox is suing Randy, and then Randy is in turn countersuing this person. And there's a big, I imagine we'll have it linked probably for people to go read.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit in here. It's a Calendar. The hell's his last name here? Wade Calendar. This is a weird name, but I guess so is Pitchford. Whatever.
There you go.
Yeah, he's filing suit in December, this past December, various violations of contracts involving both Gearbox and some real estate company that Gearbox and the lawyer owned together, or Randy and this guy owned as a unit or something like that, as well as Calendar's employment contract. And I just glossed over this article because there's really a lot of information in here. And but one of the things that jumped out at me is that, let's see, so USB stick somewhere. Yeah, so Randy supposedly left a USB drive in a restaurant in Dallas, Texas, and that USB drive contained sensitive corporate documents for Gearbox and its partners, including 2K Games, Sony, Sega, Microsoft, among others. And he goes on to accuse Randy of also having a personal collection of underage porn on this fucking USB drive.
I seen a Twitter post
ridiculous
about this the other day, and I was like, "What in the fuck?" Right. And I didn't get a chance to go and dig any deeper into it because I was just scrolling Twitter, and I'm like, "That's fucked up." I'll have to come back to that. I never made it back, and that's crazy.
That's crazy. So Randy and his wife, I think, do a podcast, and they did an episode the day after the lawsuit was filed. Pitchford told his own version of the USB stick story for the first time, and I'm enjoying cam girl porn, and explained that he had saved a video on a memory stick before it was lost. And I think it even says it saved a porn video of cam girl on said memory stick before it was lost. And there's some other stuff in there that's a little more detailed. Not really going to go into it right now. But he says that, you know, it's not a sex worker. It's not a kid. There's no underage foolishness. And I guess to his own credit, like, the dude's a grown man. If he wants to pay for and view legal, who the fuck are we? You know what I mean? Who the fuck cares, right? You do you, man. As long as he's not spending my tax dollars, I don't give a fuck. But it's just a mess. All sorts of crazy accusations and mud flying in both directions. And it's crazy, man. You should read the article if you're interested. There's a bunch of shit in here.
Here's my thing. I wonder if Kotaku ever thought they'd have an article with this quote in it. It's a woman who is masturbating, Pitchford said. Appears that she's having an orgasm. A huge amount of fluid comes out of her vagina.
So that's the part that I was going to leave out. But
man.
That's for you.
We're not showing pictures. We're cool. We can talk about.
Yeah.
He just
get banned on Twitch.
He's higher up in the list of people I don't really know, but I think are cool because that's fucking badass, and he just fucking edited himself.
Wow,
that's awesome. I give him a digital high five, man. That's epic.
It's crazy stuff, man.
Fuck.
So it almost I don't know. This kind of smells to me like the lawyer's not happy that he doesn't work for Gearbox anymore, and this is a way to kind of shake down, get a little bit of money or something. Maybe, I don't know. It's kind of gonna be. It's definitely gonna be something to keep an ear out for.
Now, is there any? Does it mention if there's any proof to any of these accusations? I mean, like taking the secret $12 million bonus or child porn or any of this. Like, is there any actual evidence, or is it just hearsay at this point?
Well, Gearbox has issued what came out, and the opening line of that statement says Gearbox will be filing a grievance with the State Bar of Texas against our former general counsel Wade for disciplinary proceedings for filing a lawsuit that includes accusations that he knows to be untrue. So I feel like if there was some financial shenanigans involving Gearbox and Randy Pitchford, either they're lockstep and they got their story straight, and that's just the way it is, or it's bullshit. One of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, considering they're filing a countersuit, and like they must have figured he was going to throw these accusations. Gearbox, like, fuck, we'll just throw him a few $100,000 to shut him up, and we're done. But like it says here, the allegations made by this current former employee are absurd with no basis in the reality of law. Taking to their guns that none of this is true. So
yeah,
unless this guy has some magic bullet in the background, I think he's pretty much just full of shit.
The proverbial smoking gun. You know what's sad is all of this is going to do is delay Borderlands 3, and that's like
it's never been announced yet, has it?
No, it hasn't. And
that's why,
because
he lost the
Randy,
USB.
Like, you're a cool guy, and if you like to watch women masturbate, that's great. If I can play Borderlands 3, so like hire some more people, or like get a cam girl in your office so you can work and play. Like I don't know what you got to do, but
yeah,
let's get that.
Do what you need to do so you start focusing on what really matters.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh man, I still love that line of Kotaku article. I bet they never thought in a million years they'd have that in a fucking Kotaku article.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And it's funny too. The first comment that I see down here in the comment section: how do you know if the drive had child porn on it? And if you knew, why did you report him? It's kids.
JY commented, "It's squirting gun, not a smoking gun."
That's pretty good. Pretty good. I'll give you a thumbs up for that one. That's
a good one. But yeah, that's a great point. What if there was really child porn on there? Why weren't they alerting the authorities? Right?
Yeah, because I mean, and I don't know how it is, but my understanding of child porn is like if you come across something like that and don't report, like the longer you are in possession of it or know about it and don't say anything, the more you implicate yourself.
Oh, you could become an accessory, right?
Yeah, like that's the kind of stuff where like you see it and you're like, whoa, like bad touch. I need policeman right now.
Yeah,
right now.
Exactly.
I need to nope the fuck out of here.
Exactly. I mean, you don't go to a civil court and try to take a civil suit if you find child porn on a USB stick. It just doesn't happen.
No.
You call the fucking. Yeah, that's what you fucking do is call me. Even if you think it might be, I mean, I'd rather better err on the side of caution. Don't run to the media about it. Have someone investigate it properly to make sure that this isn't some girl that looks he's 23, make sure it's legit, if you're gonna, if that's the thing. But yeah, don't run to the media in a civil court case to fucking.
And if he files lawsuits and accuses this dude of like pretty heavy stuff, and then he doesn't, like, there could be a big defamation suit after all of this.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I'd be all over that shit.
So that windfall that Buddy was hoping to get is going to turn into a fucking lawsuit, and he's going to be done.
Yeah.
Like, just ridiculous. I mean, that's fucking pretty shitty. And if this dude did have it and he didn't report it, he's just as bad as the guy having it. So fuck them all in this situation. Man. And
to be clear, if Randy Pitchford's a PP toucher, like, I still want to play Borderlands 3. I don't care. He doesn't need to be involved. Just
find a new CEO. Just focus on what matters.
That's right. That's right.
Making Borderlands 3 for doing work.
That's right. Yeah. Matter of fact,
that
Naughty Dog could just go ahead and buy him.
Yeah, there you go. But we had quite a string of fucking different articles this week.
Yeah, it was wild, wasn't it?
Jesus, everywhere.
Yeah. Oh well. I think that about does it, though. We're at the hour and 10-minute mark, so I think that's going to do it for us this week. Again, thank you, everyone who joined us, who chatted in, and even the people who are watching this post-tense, thank you for checking us out. And we make sure you come back. We do this every second week-ish. Yeah. It's usually a Saturday or a Sunday.
Follow us on Twitter is the best way, because we try to, once we get it hammered out, we try to we can schedule a time to come watch.
Yeah, exactly. So follow us on Twitter, which is, what's our Twitter handle? Because I know it's different. It's not Beyond the Controller. It's
Beyond the Controller Podcast 1 or something. It's in the description. It's in the description on YouTube. It should be. If it's not, I'll fix it. And it's in the link in there's a big banner. It says Twitter right on it. Just click it and away you go. And all our stuff's listed on there as well.
Awesome.
Our Twitch pages are listed on our Twitter as well. But I do believe I might have to update the YouTube page. But if it's not there, it will be.
Perfect. Yeah, so check out the description. Check out our Twitters, our YouTubes, our Twitches. We all have individual ones too. But yeah, so from everyone here at Beyond the Controller, thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.
Are we still live?
Oh, we're back. We're back.
Don't you go off yet.
Okay.
So hey EA, why don't you go fuck yourself? You can't. You almost fucked me, fatty. You almost with your card packs and your level 99 players. Go fuck yourself. We're not your ATM machines. Cut it, fatty. Kill this motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.